last bite of sandwich there. Well, Arnie and I, of course, went to the conference, and I think we can all be really proud of Arnie, although he did not win or place in the semifinals. He certainly was within the pack, and he did a really good job. Unfortunately, everybody else did a really good job, and the person that did win in his semifinal round deserved to win, and I'm sure that Arnie agrees with that. He was absolutely hilarious speech. So let's give Arnie a round for that. Really. The convention actually started on Wednesday and went through Saturday, and there were, of course, two major issues that have been going on with Toastmasters International, as you all are probably pretty well aware right now. One was the dues increase, and everybody right up to the international president basically apologized for the poor communication on the way the dues increase was handled, and that definitely got a lot of airtime about how it's a communications organization and we didn't communicate very well. Unlike with the branding change, where basically it was more than a year-long project, I found out. And I think everybody, all members, got a letter from Toastmasters that had a new brand across the top. It's a new logo, and you probably can't see it from here, but well, just the back of one of these programs here. It's a nice little logo of Toastmasters International across a nondescript globe. And the phrases where leaders are made. And where this comes from, I couldn't find the paragraph in writing, but there was basically, I joined Toastmasters because I wanted to meet other people, and I found in Toastmasters that there were people in there who were leaders, and I wanted to learn to be like them. And the bottom line is that Toastmasters gave that person the skills to become a leader as well. So where leaders are made as opposed to being born is the new slogan for Toastmasters. Now, this was so well planned that last year, as I go back to last year's conference, there was actually a session on branding, a whole hour on branding, and I went to that and thought it was kind of unusual that that would even come up in a Toastmasters convention, but it did. And then about April or May, Toastmasters notified everybody that there was going to be a change in branding, so don't order a bunch of new stuff if you don't need it because the logo is going to change. And they did so well, really, that here's the new colors. It's not blue and gold anymore. It's kind of a blue and I don't know what color you'd call this. But at any rate, these are the new Toastmaster colors. And there's the brown one on the back. So it kind of grows on you after a while. First it's like, I didn't design this thing, but after a while it does. It gives you a little bit of a feel that maybe this is a good idea. But one interesting thing that I noted is that when I got my receipt for the registration back in before I went to the conference, I don't know, you probably can't see this too well, and I'm not going to pass it around, it's a budgetary thing, but you see across the top there's kind of a blank banner that says Toastmasters, and the website is in there. Well, I kept that particular email, which came out on the 18th of July. Well, I went back to look at the email again on the 23rd of August, and lo and behold, the new branding shows up in the email. So there's some crazy software in there, software that made the brand show up on the 17th of August in any emails that you had. So absolutely incredible. I don't know how they did that. And maybe our Toastmasters today can explain that, since that's his kind of thing. At any rate, there were a number of educational sessions during the course of the conference with there were a number of past international speech contest winners, including Darren LaCroix and Dana Lamont. And Thursday afternoon was devoted to back-to-back-to-back semifinal speech contests, of which Arnie was in one of the 9 contests. The max you could go to at any one time, or that any one person could go to, was 3, because there were 3 going on at one time, and then the next 3, and then the next 3. And I went to 2 of them, and we went out to dinner after that. So to celebrate Arnie's participation in the contest. And then Friday was basically, the morning was devoted to what we call the Candidates Forum, or they call the candidates for international office, that are all shown in this flyer that we got. Had a chance to answer basically table topics questions. The same questions were asked of each candidate through a number of different groups, so that we could get a sense of whether we really wanted this person to be high up in the organization. And then what did we do in the afternoon on Friday? I guess we had more educational sessions. And then Saturday morning, bright and early, the speech contest, the international speech contest started at 8 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, we weren't even done. Oh, I know, Friday night we had the Golden Gavel Award dinner, and that didn't end until 10. And at 8 o'clock, the speech contest was the next morning. So you really get put through the paces. And one interesting thing that I found out later, one of the contestants, and this is a contestant that should have won, she was 15 seconds over time and was disqualified. And Arnie and I both had her, just casually as first or second, and she did very good. Anybody remember Lars Olberg from this club besides Arnie and I? Art, were you here when Lars was in the club? Fred would have been. Lars was a German that was a student at MIIS, and he was with the club a year and a half or so. And I got an email from him that said, "Did you see the finals of the speech contest? Olivia Schofield is in my club. She's the one who went 15 seconds over." So that's NPS Toastmaster fans out around the world and connects up with these amazing coincidences that one of the finalists in the speech contest was a former member of the club in Berlin, Germany, of a former member of ours. Of the contestants, four were from outside the continental U.S. The person that won was from Australia. The person that was second was from Beijing, China. So just kind of give you an idea of how much the organization has gone international. So then Saturday afternoon was the business meeting, which you think business meetings take a long time. Here. It was close to 4 hours, and we took 3 votes before we got our second vice president of Toastmasters, who is a gentleman by the name of Mohammed something or other. There he is. Mohammed Murad, and he is from Saudi Arabia. The first vice president is actually from Taiwan. The president-elect is from Malaysia. So again, it gives you an idea of the international nature of the organization. The new president this year, who was president-elect, is from Alameda, so we have at least some of those. And then Saturday night we had a wonderful banquet, and yes, it was expensive for the registration, but we had filet and shrimp and crab cake on Saturday, and we had New York steak on Friday. So all in all, it was an outstanding conference. If you ever get a chance to go, you really should do it at least once in your Toastmaster lifetime. Next year it's in Orlando, the year after that's in Cincinnati. Are there any questions about the conference? All right, Madam President, I return control.